class. Today we're going to do a sew-in updo. This will be a nice updo, and you will not have one pin in it. It'll have two of the little elastic bands, and the rest of it will be sewn in. Now, I went ahead and put this up in a ponytail, kind of twisted it a little bit. You see the ponytail's twisted a little bit. That gives you a little bit of lift right here. I'm going to go in and I'm going to put another ponytail holder right here. And the reason why is I'm going to sew through the middle of this. Have any of you ever seen, and I wish I had brought one out here with me, have you ever seen the bows that you put on Christmas presents that it has 3 strands and it's straight, and you take it and you push it back and it makes a bow? This is exactly the principle in doing this sew-in updo. You see that we have the 2 rubber bands here. Okay, for any of you who actually know how to sew, it's not a difficult thing. I'm going to take the needle, get close right here. I'm going to take the needle, I'm going to put it through the middle. I have tied it on the end. I'm going to go back through the tied part like this and hold it. Now I know that you're not going to be able to do this at home because you don't have these needles, but watch it, and then when we do get back to school, I'll go over this again with you and we'll have fun with it. Now I'm going through the middle. You see this? And I'm pulling it through. It's going to make like a little bun to work with. All right, now get close here. I'm going to sew together all of this. I'm using both of my rubber bands to sew to. It's going to hold it in place. I'm going to do about 4 stitches here. I'm going back through that stitch. When you go back through the stitch, it always ties it off. Okay? Now we're going to do 1 more or 2 back here. I'm going to go back. I want to be sure I go through that original rubber band. Come up through this one because that really anchors it to the head. I'm going to go back through here. Now I'm going to do it 1 more time over here. I want to be sure that my base here that I'm going to build on is anchored. Now I'm going to take this, go through here. The neat thing about the sew-in, you see that this thread almost matches the hair. So when you're doing a sew-in like this, you don't have to have pins showing, and they think, how in the world did that person get that hair up there? Now I want this to lay down a little bit, so I'm going to go in and I'm going to stitch it around the edge to lay down a little bit. I don't want that stitch to be on top, so I'm going to work with it a little bit and get it underneath. Now, once I get this stitch in, we're ready to start building. And when I say building, you've got this in here, and you build on top of it. It's just a simple little thing, makes a little chignon with a little bit of curl. You go in with the curling iron, and my curling iron came unplugged. And I'm just using a clip curling iron for this because it's quick and easy. Most of the time, I use it as a wand because it's the right size. And I'm going to go in and sew some of these down in a second. Just take a little stitch and take care of it. Don't want to do that. I'm going to take this, go over that, puts it in place. All right, got that in place. Now I'm going to take this, kind of twist it around. You build on it once you get it started. Now I'm going to do something that looks odd. I've got this already stuck like Chuck in here. I'm going to tie off my thread like this. Then I'm going to cut it, and then I'm going to use the needle to weave. And it's going to become self-supporting. And I did earlier in some updos show you how you do that. The rest of this will be just weaved with the needle without sewing, using some of the area that's been sewn together. I don't like that. I'm going to make this like this. I'm going to cover up my stitching with a little bit of just frilly loose ends. Kind of ruche it out. This is not a finished look hairstyle. You're gonna look at it when I'm through and think, how is that in there? You'll know, but people who just see it will think, I don't know how they got that to stay in there. Because it's all supporting each other. It becomes a cute, messy button when we get done, but it's not got any pins or anything in it that's going to show. A lot of the messy buns you see, you'll see the big ponytail holder showing and all that. You won't have any of that showing with this. You have to get this to bend just right to get all the little ends in. You almost have to bend it to get it to go through. Now we may curl some of these and we may leave them. Sometimes when you get it finished, all those sticking out make the style really cute. And then sometimes you see, oh, I need something. Just work it as you go. I know the general idea of how I want it to look, but I don't know exactly how it's going to look because this is a freestyle. once I get this in, I'm gonna probably go back and cut that thread because it's showing. You can do that once you get it up. But until you get it all laced in, you may need the support. I dropped my needle. Let me get the EPA and spray it off. Don't have an abundance of these, so gotta use it. If you were working on an actual client, hopefully you would have two there. I would, but in this case I only had the one here, and I didn't want to stop the course of the video. This has a lot of split ends, and the split ends make it a little more difficult to get through. I'm going to come up with this, try to do something this way. And try was the key word there. The thing about this is it's very creative. The sky's the limit. You can do whatever you want with this style. If you want it to be fancier, make it fancier. If you want it softer, make it softer. These ends, I'm going to come back and do something with them, probably. Maybe not. I may just spray them and stick them out, because sometimes that's kind of vogue too. Goes in too tight, bring it back out, lace it around, move it, ruche it. Now if I wanted to do it away with this whole piece, which I don't, but if I wanted to, I could take this and lay it down and sew it. But I don't want to do that. I want to continue to work with the needle, because the needle is a very cool way to do it. And I may take my hand and work some of this through, like so. And then take the needle and do the tip and go in here. Because I knew where I wanted that to go, and I wanted to be sure that it went there without any resistance. I want to shine this up a little bit. Do that by using some kind of product. You can use something like Rewind to do this, and I like it. It's a Redken product. I'm probably going to leave those straight because they're looking cute. Just, you have to use them. going to take this and I'm going to take it like in 2 pieces. Bend her head down so we can see what we're doing. And the bad thing about these mannequins is they don't bend like actual heads do. It's kind of hard sometimes, difficult to get them to move. You know, you've been working on yours, and I know that someone said this morning, well, YouTube is not necessarily cosmetology school. Well, it's not cosmetology school, but you sure can learn a lot. Sometimes when I have students in the classroom who are not doing so well learning something, I have them go to YouTube because it's closer up, more hands-on than actually doing it. Have some spray. We're getting to this part, it's toward the end and it's very split, and sometimes if it gets like that you may have to spray it to hold it to where you can get it through the needle. Like that. Mission accomplished. What I decided was to go ahead and use these straight pieces. So I'm taking some all the way around. Now I'm going to take this. Remember, I told you a couple of times that sometimes your best tool is your fingers. So I'm going to take this and I am going to work it through here first. And then I'm going to come back with the needle and just lay it down a little bit because I know where I want that to go. Okay, so here we go. And we've kind of finished the messy bun look. Okay, we're going to do something with the front to finish it off. But see that? Isn't that cute? Real unique looking. I do want to clip this section right here of the thread. I've got too much thread showing there. Maybe not when I get this up. We'll see when I'm finished. You use some of the hair from the front. And you do the same thing. Now this hair is going to be a little easier. It's smoother. I'm catching it closer to the middle. And so it's going to do better because I'm going to get rid of that comb. It should do better because it's smoother getting through the loop. Now, I'm going to start here and just weave this through. And it's going to look almost like basket weave. I'm going to pull that back through, pull that back through, pull it on back through. You see what we're doing here? Pull that out so you can see it. Shouldn't have let go of that because I want to go back and cover that thread there. Work it with your fingers, son. You know where you want it to go. I want it to cover that. So I'm working it that way to do it. I have to get my comb. I want to do a larger piece, so I've got to start out at the end because it's too much hair up here. gonna need this comb. We're gonna start doing this almost like a bang. I taught with a teacher last semester who loved this sew-in updo so much she began doing them in her salon. She just thought they were so awesome. And they are pretty awesome. It just enables you to be creative in your own right. You don't have to follow any guidelines or rules to do anything. Just put that hair wherever you want it. I am going to leave this kind of loose, take it through some of these hoops, and just leave it out there. It's very cute. And do this one more time. And I'm thinking I want this piece to come back like this. Yeah, that'll be cute. And it'll cover there. See how cute that is? Now then, I need my comb. Gotta finish this off. Do have to do a little combing sometime. Just goes right in. I'm gonna spread it out. I'm gonna use a little hairspray to smooth. We do use hairspray for everything. I'm gonna take this through here and let it hang down the back. Didn't hang much, but it's cute. For a young person going out in the evening or a prom or something, this is just so cute because it's casual, but yet fancy, messy, but yet styled. It's just all the whole package. Now I'm going to take some of this. I'm not going to weave all of it. I'm going to take it and wrap it around and take it in and out of what you've got there already. Make it self-supporting. Okay? I'm going to twist it just a little bit. Want this hanging over it. Don't want to cover it up. I'm going to take it through here. Get the end of it. Cool, cool, cool. Because sometimes people look at that and say, can't you get bigger pieces? Sure you can. This is how you do it. Then I'm going to take this and put the needle in it and weave it a little bit so it'll stay up. Some days I shake like a leaf on a tree, and this is one of those days. Cute, cute. Self-supporting, no pins, just amazing. I have to tell this story. I might have said it on one of the other videos where we were doing this. I had a student, and she's still here, and she won't mind me telling this. I had a student who did a beautiful updo, but I was watching her. But she had one piece that she wasn't pleased with, And she looked at me and she thought I wasn't looking. She grabbed a pen and pinned it. She brought it up and said, "Look at this." And I said, "No pens?" "No." I reached in and took that pen out. She goes, "Man, how did you know?" I said, "I watched you." It was fun. Need a little balance here. Looks like we need something kind of wider here, so I'm going to take this back up and reach it a little bit. I think I'll do it by pulling it through this way. Now, all the ones that's waving at me, I want them to have a purpose. So I'm going to spray them, put them in a certain place. This one, I want it sticking out. You want to lay down a lot of the hairies. I don't know if you can see what I'm talking about on the video. I've noticed a lot of times it'll make it look real smooth when it's not that smooth. But this has some hairy spots on it that I'm just taking the spray and kind of laying down. Now, she's all done, and she has some places that are sticking out by design, and she's looking good. Balance is key when you're doing an updo. She's nice and balanced. See her? She's all done, class, and there is not a pin in her hair. Love this side view. Thank you. Talk to you later. Bye.